Just a quick pre-intro before we get into the video. I'm filming this after the fact because I just remembered something. I got a comment from somebody the other day saying that they couldn't watch my video because they felt I went on for too long before I got to the point. That's some fair criticism. I do go on a little bit. The nature of my channel isn't to just present this, footage and whatever. The idea of my channel is that I talk about things. I explain how I feel about things. I think that's what people like. But if you guys think I do ramble on too much, by all means let me know. But I think that's kind of the nature of what I do. I talk to you guys. I try to have a conversation where I give you my view on things so that it feels like we're talking to each other. That's why I always respond to comments and stuff. Anyway, let's go straight into the video. Good afternoon, lads and lassies. The Irish Demon here, back with another video. Today, we are going to be having a little bit of a chat about the one we all love to hate so much. Now, I'm just going to say this, right? Hate is a very strong word. And I hate Nathan Thompson. I'm not going to lie. There is nothing that I like about this guy. I try to give people the benefit of the doubt as much as possible. I try to understand what is going on in somebody's head and in somebody's life that makes a person act a certain way or treat people in a certain way. And I guess since I started studying psychology, I have learned to be more understanding and more accepting of people. The reason for that is because I now kind of understand a bit better that there is a lot more to people than what we see on the surface. And it's important sometimes to think, why is somebody speaking this way or why are they acting this way, for example. They might be going through something or whatever the case may be. And one of the ways that I figured that out was, just assessing myself really, where I'm in a shitty mood or whatever. And I think, okay, well, how does this look to the outside world? And so I can apply that to other people. But there's really nothing I like about this guy. He's obviously got some kind of a mental health issue. There's no question whatsoever. Now, I've seen people say that they think he's a psychopath or a sociopath. I don't think so. Here's the thing, right? When you're looking at assessing somebody's psychological state, it's not as simple as going on Google, looking up the list of criteria for what a psychopath is, and then deciding that somebody is a psychopath. It's very easy to fall into that trap. So if you were to look at the DSM-5, which is what you would use currently anyway to determine what kind of a mental health issue somebody might have, you will actually find that it's not simply a list of symptoms or things that a person does that decides what kind of a mental health issue they have, especially when it comes to something serious like psychopathy or sociopathy or other very serious mental illnesses like schizophrenia, all that kind of stuff. The human brain is a deceptive machine. What could appear as schizophrenia could be something totally different. So there's been a lot of talk in the psychology world about redefining the term drug-induced schizophrenia, because it is not actually schizophrenia. It just looks exactly like it, but it's not. Things like that. So I just would say to people, just be cautious making those determinations. I don't believe that he is a psychopath or a sociopath. Now, he's got a narcissistic personality disorder, I am sure of. There's no question. But, I have to apply the same rules to myself. I don't really know the guy, but from what I see, that's how it appears. Anyway, we're going to see some of that on display here in just a minute. So, all right, some people sent me this video. Sorry, I just got out of the shower, and so my tash is... What is in my tash? There's a bit of fluff in there. So my tash is a little bit fluffy and annoying. But anyway, some people sent me this video about a live stream between Nathan, Jeronism, and Dearth. Talking about the whole thing with the two comedians that pranked the shit out of him. So some people asked me to cover it. I think I covered the majority of that stuff. Now, he does go into a bit of detail about how he felt about the whole scenario. But if you would like me to cover it, I just hope people understand that, these videos are a lot of work. I don't want to just throw out any old tripe saying, oh, Nathan's a dickhead. I want to explain why he's wrong and why he's acting certain ways or whatever the case may be. So there is a lot of work that goes into these videos. So if you guys would like to see me do a breakdown of his talking points, then I would be happy to do so. If people aren't really interested in it, then I'll just leave it be. So I know my channel might appear a little bit stalkerish at the moment. There's a lot of kind of Nathan Thompson stuff, which is kind of, I get why people think, you know, it's a bit over the top or whatever. But to be fair, this whole thing with him has been a pretty big deal because of the fact that there's a little bit of parody between flat earthers and globers alike, basically calling this guy a moron for falling into this trap. Of course, he's tried to swing it around. He actually, on this live stream with Jaren, maybe I should break it down actually, refers to these two guys as psychopaths. And Jaren goes on to describe the criteria for a psychopath, and literally all of them fit Nathan Thompson. Again, that's not saying he is a psychopath, not at all. Again, I personally don't believe he is, but we'll talk about that in another video. I'm going to be doing a video breaking down the psychology of conspiracy theorists in the future, so I'm going to start working on that tomorrow. Anyway, let's get into this video. So this video took place in what appears to be, I think it's a vegan taco place. And yeah, I'm just going to play the intro and go straight into his video and briefly break it down. It's a very short video, but we'll get stuck into it. So yeah, here it goes. Roll the intro.
Hey, I heard that! Yeah, well, you were being an asshole. Oh, excellent. She admits calling me an asshole in the back of the freaking store.
Yeah, and she's right. You are an asshole. I hate to break it to you.
Excellent. Come on, get triggered. This is good.
I realize some people aren't going to like that I keep interrupting this video, but I can't help it. There's so much material here. He's like, come on, get triggered. He says, while being triggered. Is the irony lost on this guy completely? Is he that dim?
I was wearing a mask like you asked me, love. And you still walked to the back and called me an asshole? None of the employees, he's not wearing a mask on his face. He's not wearing a diaper on his face.
Sir, I don't have to wear a mask if I'm not within 6 feet of the customer.
I'm not within 6 feet of anyone either.
I've got to say, I actually kind of agree with him on this one. I've got no problem admitting when I agree with these people. No problem at all. I'm not sure what the rules are where he is. I think he's in Virginia or something. I think that, like, if that, you know, if it is the rule that you need to wear a mask in the store, then probably all the staff should be wearing them too. You know, that staff member's right next to another staff member and he's not wearing a mask. Again, I'm not sure what the rules are in that state, but it does seem a little bit unfair that they are telling him to wear one and they're, you know, he's not wearing one. So I got to agree with him on that one.
We ask customers at least.
You asked? She demanded.
Yeah, you're...
So if I'm not within 6 feet, am I safe, guys?
If I get closer to you, will you leave? Because you're doing...
What do you mean, if you get closer to me, will I leave?
Because you're not wearing a mask and they
So you're going to try and make me feel uncomfortable until I leave?
I feel uncomfortable with you in here.
Why do you feel uncomfortable with me in here?
Would it have anything to do with the fact that you are arguing with her, refusing to wear a mask, shouting at her like a crazy person, and streaming it while holding your phone behind you? Maybe that's why she feels uncomfortable. Maybe she's seen your videos where you abuse women, like, regularly. Maybe that's why.
Because you have, since the get-go, been extremely rude.
I just said I don't like wearing a mask. I don't believe in that crap.
Okay, you're being
But I wasn't being rude to you.
I mean, can you even leave?
You think I need to leave. I drove an hour and a half here, and you think I need to leave.
You were the one that called on the phone.
Yeah, I called on the phone.
I already made your food because
There
I
you
wanted
go.
to make it convenient.
You
for you.
already made my food, and you want to kick me out.
For you to order on
And you want to kick me out.
Because I was being nice about that.
I want to be nice too. I tried to put on my mask and be nice for you too, right? So we all feel safe over
And then
this.
you asked me what
right?
I'm here for when I asked you to order
Yeah,
dinner.
because
And then you said, then what are you doing
There's 3 people in the back, and you told me I'm here to make the food. Well, what?
Yeah, I don't, this is how we do it now.
Well, what are they all doing?
They prep and cook and
They
do
prep and they cook. Okay, so everyone here preps and cooks, and
Do you just,
the customers just.
what is your point?
Sure, this is your food.
He hasn't paid for any of it. I was being nice and made it for him.
Yeah,
because
excellent.
was coming
I
here.
am. I came from a long way away, and
So why don't
I'm
you
in a
order
rush.
You're really wasting a lot of time right now if you're in a rush.
I have no time to waste.
Yeah, he's got no time to waste. He's got to get to work. Oh, yeah. He doesn't have a job, does he? He's got to go home and... Oh, yeah, he doesn't have a home either. What are you in a rush for? Actually, she made a really good point. She said, well, you're wasting a lot of time right now, which is true. I used to get this a lot, actually, when I worked in corrective services where, you know, you have to search bags and stuff for weapons. They're like, I don't have time for this. It's like, well... What are you in a rush to do? Like, you have to be here anyway. So, like, yeah, anyway. But the other thing is, he said he drove an hour and a half to get to this restaurant, but he doesn't have time to waste. Like, okay, there's a few good restaurants and stuff out there, but if you're in a rush and don't have time to waste, why would you drive an hour and a half? It's a vegan place. Like, how different is their lettuce? I'm sorry, vegans. I'm just fucking with you. Anyway, moving on.
I can't waste time.
Just put the
I have
phone on.
unlimited time.
Look, sir,
I can't waste
if you have
time.
a problem, sir, you can talk to me.
I have no
own this
problem.
restaurant.
I have no problem.
Okay.
I want to give you guys 5 stars. I do.
Okay.
I want to enjoy your food. It looks good. I looked at the reviews. It's just, she not only demanded I put a mask on, which is funny because it's not a law. It's an ordinance. It's not a law. The governor is not a dictator who just writes laws, okay? That's not how it works.
Sir,
So,
I own the restaurant.
Excellent.
I can make the decision.
so I just would like to pay for my food,
Great.
give you guys a good review, and it'll all be water under the bridge, okay?
Sounds great. That sounds great.
Excellent.
So if you just want to, like, get your food and leave a review, then just, like, you're in there for, like, a minute. Okay? She already made your food. You go in, you pay, or, well, you don't pay. Flat earthers that send you money pay. But you pay for your food and you fucking leave. How hard is it to just go, thank you, see ya? Like, why do you have to make a big fucking deal out of everything? That's one of the biggest problems with this guy. He doesn't know when to just, like, leave it. Not everybody wants to get involved in your stupid fucking arguments. Oh, man. This is, like, proper Karen level shit, too. Like, you don't have a genuine grievance here. She called you an asshole because you were acting like an asshole. Oh, man. And, like, I'm one of these people. I don't like this whole customers always right bullshit. I've never liked that. I worked in, like, yeah, anyway, I used to deal with customers a lot. And if a customer's being an asshole, I'd tell them they're being an asshole. I might get in trouble for it, but I'm not fucking lying, am I? They are being an asshole. But that's not all, folks. He decides to come back and return some more abuse. So I'm just going to play this very short clip. Oh, dude, it never ends.
What do you mean? It's a joke.
It's not a joke.
You're telling me to put a face diaper on.
Get out of my face.
I'm not in your face. I'm like
Yes,
6
you
feet
are.
away from you. You're a crybaby. Just like these guys.
Sir,
Bunch
the
of
restaurant's
crybabies.
closed.
Are you guys related?
You're free.
I came back to get silverware because you guys didn't complete my order. I'll see you guys later. Adios.
Thank you.
God. Enjoy your face diapers.
Alright, so again, some people aren't going to like this. I don't really give a shit, but, like, call me old-fashioned. I was brought up right. You don't fucking talk to a woman like that, man. It doesn't matter. You just walk away. Now, it appears to me like he's fucking drunk in this, because he's like, I just came back and get silverware. Like, what is fucking wrong with somebody? Not only to do that, not only to film it, but then to post it for the world to see. It's mind-blowing. Anyway, let's move on. There's an image appeared on the Instagram earlier. I'm going to put it right here. Yes, that is Nathan Thompson with a firearm. Like, do I even need to tell you guys the obvious concerns about somebody who acts like that having a firearm? That's really concerning. Like, I love firearms. I shoot regularly. I'm an avid shooter. Now, let's look at this picture again. And can anybody see the roaring obvious issue with that photograph right there? Yeah, the old booger hook right on the trigger. Now, it might not be loaded. Who knows? Doesn't matter. You do not put your finger on the trigger unless you intend to fucking kill something. Because that is what could possibly happen. Not to mention look, all you shooters out there will look at that picture and go, what is this guy doing? Like, his finger is, like, all the way through. Dude. Who gave this guy a gun? Like, I'm sorry, but who gave this guy any kind of a weapon that can do that kind of damage? I wouldn't trust this guy with a spoon, let alone a gun. It's really concerning, man, that, like, somebody like this has access to a firearm. There's another picture he put up, this one, where he's got a little jiffy bag full of rounds. Like, why are you... Like, that's a flex. That's just showing people, oh, I've got a gun. Oh, look at me, I've got a gun. This guy is, like, a crazy, unhinged guy. We've seen how he accosts people. Case in point. Somebody like that with a firearm is very dangerous. Especially somebody who has this catastrophic thinking that thinks everybody's against them, that everything is an attack on them. Somebody like that is more likely to use a firearm and probably use it wrongly. It's really concerning. There does definitely need to be more control. Somebody like this should not have access to a firearm. It just goes without saying. It's super, super concerning. But anyway, what can we do? He's not the only crazy out there, but he's fucking right up there though. Anyway, lads and lassies, that is all I've got for you today. I am going to go away to bed. As you can see, my face is all puffy. I've got really bad hay fever. This time of year is always really shit for me. My eyes get all super itchy. My face gets puffy. And I just generally feel like crap. So I am going to go straight to bed after this and try sleep this off. Lads and lassies, there's been a few issues with YouTube, I gotta tell you, over the past couple of weeks in particular. Apparently a lot of it stems from this whole thing about the apparently there's some election going on in America or something, where YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, etc. have really cracked down on anything to do with conspiracy theories, even if you're a debunker. So it has actually affected the channel massively. Pretty much all of my videos have been demonetized. Even stuff that I put up like 6 months ago, I'm getting messages from YouTube saying that it's been demonetized because it's not safe for children or whatever, I don't know. So it is having a huge impact on our channels. I'm not the only one. I've seen other much bigger creators suffering a lot. Like massive drops in subscribers, like all at once. Really weird shit going on. A lot of people's comments being deleted. Again, I never, ever delete comments. YouTube does. Sometimes your comments will go into like a holding bay that I have to go in and approve because of foul language or whatever. I approve them all. I never, ever block anybody from having their say. Even if it's a horrible thing being said about me or others. So yeah, it's getting concerning, guys. I gotta say, it's worrying me, and it could be the end of my channel. It could be the end of channels like this if we're just being completely smothered and unable to share anything, and unable to grow. So we just have to wait and see how it goes. I'm gonna do a separate video about that tomorrow, looking at some of the data. So yeah, if you want to support the channel, show YouTube that you love these videos. Hit that like button. I know it doesn't seem like much. It costs nothing to hit that like button. It'll make a huge difference to the algorithm. It really does. Go back, have a look at some of the older videos. If you haven't seen them, make sure and smash the like button. If you haven't done so already, do subscribe. Hit the notification bell. Because unfortunately, subscribing alone doesn't really do anything anymore. You got to hit the notification bell for it to mean anything, really. If you want to support the channel in other ways, you definitely can become a member, which I think is just a couple of bucks, or a Patreon for as little as $1 a month, which is less than I always fuck that up, less than the cost of a cup of coffee. So yeah, if you want to do that, guys, I'd be delighted to have some more Patreons. I've got a fair few now, and I've got a good few members. This year, I am going to endeavor to send out some Christmas cards to my channel members. So if you are a member and you would like to receive a Christmas card, then do drop me an email, irishdemonvids@gmail.com. Just put your YouTube channel name and your address that you'd like me to send the card to. And yeah, I'm going to be doing that. So today is Wednesday going into Thursday. I really need to be kind of sending them all off on Friday. So if you could do it in the next 24 hours or so, I'll get those all together and get them sent out. If you think I already have your address, please just send it again, because I get so many emails, spam emails and things like that as well, from putting my email address out there. I get a lot of spam, so yeah, a lot of it doesn't come through to me, so please do actually go ahead and send that again. I'd really appreciate it. So yeah, with that, lads and lassies, Gurv, Mila Mahagut, and Sláinte. See you next time.